Namaskar, hello everyone. My name is Anjali Rane, and today I've again come back with one very interesting topic related to the capital budgeting. As we all know, capital budgeting is investment decisions related to long term, and any decisions related with purchase of the fixed assets or research and development related projects where the huge money being involved and the profit generated will be in the later part. Company has to in the initial period only decide how much is the profit they might earn, and based on that they have to choose which project to invest in. So usually in the capital budgeting we have methods, traditional ones like payback period method, where only how soon the initial investment that is incurred will be taken back, will be calculated. We also have average rate of return method in the traditional method, and in the modern methods, which we also call as time value or discounting methods, we have the net present value method, internal rate of return method, and we have profitability index method. So today let's learn something related to the modern method, that is the net present value method. Okay, now whenever a company invests in a certain project, the total cash outflow which it will incur will be of today, and the profit it might not earn today itself. So profit earning might be tomorrow, after few months, after a year. It might take 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, and sometimes company might earn evenly, or sometimes company might earn different amounts of profit year to year. So at that time it will be difficult for the company to know whether the money that it has invested today and the earning that it is generating in the future period, how to compare it. And for that we have to consider the time value, because money or a rupee value of today might not be the same as rupee value tomorrow. Usually the value of money keeps on depreciating, or wherein we consider as discounted. So what is the value of rupee 1 that we generate tomorrow? What is the present value of the money that we are earning will be considered. So here in the net present value method we will consider, like I said, what is the value of money, and also we are going to consider how to generate the profit and which project to be considered while choosing based on the total cash inflows that it is generating, and what is the net present value of the cash outflow minus cash inflows. Or here like I said, we consider with a net present value of the total money that the company is earning. Now there will be usually three different steps which are being involved in calculating the net present value. First step which we have here is we have to consider what is the cost of the capital, the total capital that we are incurring, or the cash outflow, and what is the cost being involved in that, or what discounting method we have to consider. That will be first we have to consider, and then we have to also see how much is the total cash inflows. Now when we are considering cash inflows, that is nothing but the profit that the company earns based on after tax before depreciation earnings. And thirdly we will be calculating net present value, that is total cash inflows minus total cash outflows. Now what is the acceptance rule here? The acceptance rules for the net present value method is, whenever you are generating positive net present value, that is whenever your cash inflows minus cash outflows are positive, then accept the proportion. Whenever net present value is negative, then reject the proposal. Suppose if you have two projects, then whichever the project is generating higher net present value, that will be considered as a best project to involve. So we will try to learn how to calculate the net present value here based on a small problem. Now this problem which I have considered here is related to the even cash flows. When I say even cash flow, suppose today you have invested the money and you are generating every end of every year certain amount of profit, and that profit that you are generating every year is same, even. Like in this question, if you see, what we are trying to calculate here is the cost of the project involved is 50,000. The annual cash inflows is 24,000 for 3 years. When I say 24,000 for 3 years, first year 24,000, second year 24,000, and for the third year 24,000. The cost of fund is 8%. The cost of fund is nothing but the discounting method that we are considering, discounted factor that we are considering. Now, based on that cost of fund, which is at 8%, we have to consider the what is the present value factor we can consider here. Now, present value factor is nothing but what is the value of the rupee 1 that you are invested today at the end of that particular period of time. Now, when I say it as at that particular period of time, now for example here, if you see that here in the year 1 you have present value factor at 8%, the value of 1 rupee is discounted as 0.926, whereas in the second year you can see the value of 1 rupee is 0.857, and the value of 1 rupee at the third year is 0.794. Since this is a problem where we are considering the even cash flows, you can, since every year it is the same, that is 24,000 only you have generating the profit. So what we can consider is the present value of the annuity rather than the present value of rupee 1. Now present value of the annuity is nothing but present value of annuity is wherein the cumulative value of the discounting factor for that particular period of time. Okay, now here for the first year, second year and third year, all these 3 years present value factor together, the cumulative present value factor is 2.577. okay, so let's see how we can solve this problem. Now you have to prepare a table here. We will be considering, like I said, for the calculation of the net present value, we are considering the year, the cash inflows, present value factor, and we are considering the present value. Now for the first year, the cash inflow is 24,000. Second year, cash inflow is 24,000. For the third year, cash inflow is 24,000. Whereas the discounting factor or present value factor at rupee 1 at 8% is this, which is given in the question itself. Now what we are going to do is, how we are finding the present value? Cash inflow multiplied by the present value factor, you will get the present value. So that is 24,000 multiplied by 0.926, you get 22,224. Second year, 24,000 multiplied by 0.857, which is 20,568. Whereas you can see that in the third year, 24,000 multiplied by 0.794, which is 19,528. Now total of this present value, total present value is 61,848. okay, now so what we are going to do, total cash inflow we have is 61,848. like I said earlier, net present value is nothing but cash inflow minus cash outflow. Now total cash inflow is 61,848 and total cash outflow, which as it was given in the earlier in the question, it is 50,000 rupees. The total cost of the project or the total cash outflow is 50,000. So therefore the net present value here we can find is 11,848. Now since the net present value is positive, that is higher than the cash inflow minus cash outflow, when you are calculating, it is higher than 0. So anything where you are getting the positive net present value, then you have to accept the project. Fine. Now that is when for the 3 years, whatever is the money that you have, total cash inflows 24, 24, 24 for 3 years, the present value of that total, today's value, present value of that total investment is 61,848. So this is how you are going to calculate the net present value. In the next class, we are going to check out with the calculation of the net present value when the cash inflows are not even or uneven cash inflows. When a project generates, how to calculate the present value. We'll deal it in the next class. Thank you.